Steve Jobs, 2. Atari in India, Zen and the Art of Game Design.
In 1974, Jobs was hired as a technician at Atari. Despite his prickly nature, Jobs impressed Atari's founder, Nolan Bushnell, with his creativity and philosophical outlook. Jobs embraced the simplicity of Atari's games and improved them with creative designs. His work at Atari laid the foundation for his future endeavors in the tech industry.
During his time at Atari, Jobs befriended Ron Wayne, who inspired him with his entrepreneurial spirit. Wayne's honesty and perspective on duty had a profound impact on Jobs. Jobs' time at Atari may have been brief, but it was a pivotal moment in his life. India.
In 1974, Jobs left his job at Atari to embark on a spiritual journey to India. He was motivated by a desire to find a guru and understand his identity.
Throughout his 7 months in India, Jobs meditated and studied Zen. He explored various locations, including the Kumbh Mela festival and the Himalayas. Jobs' India journey was marked by spiritual exploration, including encounters with local communities and holy men. After this transformative experience, he returned to the United States with a new look and perspective. The Search. Steve Jobs' life journey was one of self-discovery and exploration.
His interest in Eastern spirituality and pursuit of enlightenment profoundly influenced his outlook and interactions.
Jobs recognized the cultural differences between the West and India. He praised the intuitive intelligence and reliance on intuition among Indian villagers. Jobs found intuition to be a powerful force, even more so than intellect. He believed it significantly influenced his work. Jobs continued to explore his spiritual interests upon his return to the United States. He studied Zen Buddhism and engaged with Shunryu Suzuki. Jobs embraced primal screen therapy to further explore his self-awareness. He believed it was a more intuitive and emotionally involved therapy than traditional talk therapy. Jobs encouraged others to gain confidence and do things they thought impossible.
His approach became known as the reality distortion field.
Steve Jobs' life journey led him to search for deeper meaning and enlightenment.
His belief in the potential of intuition and experiential understanding influenced his outlook and interactions.
The Apple I, turn on, boot up, jack in.
The late 1960s saw a convergence of various cultural influences in San Francisco and the Santa Clara Valley. This included the rise of the technology industry and the burgeoning hacker subculture. Initially, technologists and hippies had contrasting views of computers. However, a shift occurred in the early 1970s as computers became symbols of individual expression and liberation. Stuart Brand, a visionary who promoted fun and ideas, encouraged cooperation between the counterculture and the emerging hacker community. His Whole Earth catalog promoted the idea that technology could be a friend. The arrival of the Altair, the first personal computer kit, in a January 1975 issue of Popular Mechanics, inspired the likes of Bill Gates, Paul Allen, Steve Jobs, and Steve Wozniak to engage with the emerging personal computer industry. This prompted the creation of a club that served as a focal point for the growing hacker community.
The intersection of counterculture and technology led to the creation of a new era of personal electronics. The Homebrew Computer Club. Let's go back to 1975 and talk about the Homebrew Computer Club.
It was a group of tech enthusiasts who met regularly to share ideas and innovations. One of the attendees was Steve Wozniak, who had a vision of creating a personal computer. He was inspired by a microprocessor specification sheet and began designing his own computer.
The first Apple computer was created in Wozniak's garage, with Jobs helping him acquire components and attend homebrew meetings. The meetings grew to over 100 attendees, with Lee Felsenstein presiding. The Homebrew Club promoted sharing and swapping innovations, in line with the hacker ethic. Wozniak believed in giving away his creations, while Jobs saw the potential for profit. Jobs convinced Wozniak to stop distributing his schematics for free and instead build and sell printed circuit boards. They had $1,300 in working capital, a product design, and a business plan, marking the beginning of Apple. Apple is born. Jobs and Wozniak brainstormed potential names for their new venture. They considered various tech-related terms like matrix and made up words like executech. Jobs suggested Apple Computer and attributed the choice to being on a fruit-based diet and the recent Apple Farm experience. The name conveyed both counterculture and the essence of simplicity. Their partnership of Jobs and Wozniak, although starkly different in personality and approach, was a powerful duo. Their synergy was vital to their success. Jobs and Wozniak presented their creation at the Homebrew Computer Club. Paul Terrell, who ran a computer store called the Byte Shop, stayed behind and asked for a private demonstration. Eventually, Kramer Electronics agreed to supply the parts on 30-day credit after verifying the order with Paul Terrell. Garage Band. The garage was transformed into a workspace, and even the kitchen table was used for assembling the 50 Apple I boards. Jobs, Wozniak, and even Jobs' ex-girlfriend and pregnant sister pitched in. Paul Jobs suspended his car repair sideline and allocated the entire garage space to Apple. He even built a burn box to test the computer boards under high temperatures. Apple was on the verge of profitability after 30 days of building the Apple I boards. They sold the first 50 to the Byte Shop and sought to profit by selling the remaining 50 to friends and members of the Homebrew Computer Club. The Apple I was priced at $666.66, influenced by Jobs' affinity for repeating digits. A feature story on the Apple I appeared in the July 1976 issue of Interface magazine, enhancing their image.